of Infosys had a reunion at that same very event. We're talking about the Young Turks Conclave, which is underway right here in Mumbai. Well, from Narayana Murthy pulling out his own tooth to Nilekani remembering the Wall Street listing, the conversation with Shereen Bhan was full of anecdotes.
That was the first time any Indian company had listed in the US market. And, you had to deal with a lot of pioneering issues, dealing with SEC regulations, Indian accounting, US accounting, and, selling this vision to global investors. So I think it was really a turning point, and Murthy was there in New York, I was there in Bangalore, all of us were in different locations, and I think that was really a great point, because in some sense we are planting the Indian flag in Times Square. So that was a big event for us.
But what was, what were the nerves like at that point?
Well, I think, I think the sight of the issue happening and then the stock price slowly ticking up in that few minutes, and Murthy was sitting on the chair, very uncomfortable, I could see that.
And all these,
you remember that moment, Mr. Murthy?
well, I remember another very telling event, and that was, I had to make the first presentation on Monday morning, and Sunday night, I had excruciating tooth pain, and I just didn't know what to do. So there were two things that I could have done. One was to decide to go to the dentist next morning, and I didn't know, first of all, how much he would charge, whether I had money, whether we had time, etc. So you know what I did? With a lot of bravery, I just pulled the tooth out.
You pulled the tooth out?
This was something, because, I had the fear I may lose my sight or something, or my hearing, because that's what I had heard from many people. But I said, look, if I have to participate next morning at 8 o'clock, and that was the bravest thing that I have ever done.
Well, we don't know how he made it back the next day at 8 a.m. after pulling his own tooth out. But Narayana Murthy also spoke a lot about the pain in actually giving up the company, moving on and handing over Infosys to a new management completely.